JavaScript arrays. JavaScript arrays are a special type of JavaScript object. So arrays belongs to the object class, it belongs to the object data type. JavaScript arrays are written with square brackets. So when you want to write or define a JavaScript array, you usually make use of the square bracket. Array items are separated by commas. So regardless of the numbers of the items or elements of your array, they are usually separated by commas in JavaScript. So let's take a look at example of how you can declare an array in JavaScript and how you can access the items or the element of such array. So let me pull up my code editor and change this to JavaScript arrays. So how do you make an array in JavaScript? So we give your array a name and then you pull up the square bracket and inside it you can add different things or different elements inside it. So I want to add more to this. So now I have my array and it contains 6 items. Now that I have my array, how do I access the element? To access the element of your array in JavaScript, you use the index position, indexes. You can access the element of an array through the indexed method. So let's take a look at what that means in JavaScript. So now I want to access the element at the first indexed position. How do I do it? So I'll call my array name, then I pass in the index position using the square bracket. So I want the value at the index position of 0. Indexes in arrays are 0 based, which means that can't usually start from 0 for the element of an array. And if you look at it, you can see this, which corresponds to what we have in the position of 0 in my array. So I can check for 1, I can check for 2, I can check for 3, Toyota, I can check for 4, and I can check for 5, which is best. Now, ask yourself this question. In situations where we might have negative numbers, in situations where we might pass in a number that is longer than the element of the array that does not exist. Let's say we have 6 elements in our array. I will now pass in 7th index position. What do you think will happen? Pause for a second. What do you think will happen? Did you get it right? Okay, let's find out. Let me pass in 7. And you can see that JavaScript basically return undefined because it cannot find that index position in the element of our array. So by default, array indexes are 0 based, which means the first item is 0, second is 1, and so on, depending on how many elements that you have in your array elements. So let's move on to the type of operator. Now, the type of operator returns the data type of a JavaScript variable or expression. So when we are talking about the type of in JavaScript, we are basically talking about the fact that it helps to return the data type of a JavaScript variable or expression. So whether a variable belongs to a number data type, a string data type, or an expression belongs to an object data type, using the type of can help us to determine which type a variable or an expression belongs to in JavaScript. And this is important in the concept of the language, in the sense that it allows language to understand how to deal with type, how to combine types, how to evaluate types, and give the correct output. Imagine if you want to if you want to combine a number and a string together without a specification that tells JavaScript on how it should treat such, there's always going to be an error or a bug or an unexpected output in your code. But because of the presence of time, it allows JavaScript to know what to do with in a situation where you are trying to add a number to a string or where you are trying to add a string to a number. So that is the purpose of type of operator in JavaScript. To make it easy in order to return the correct data type of a JavaScript variable or expression using that type of operator. And how do you use it is that when you pass in the property, then you just pass in the data that you want to test for, and then it will return the right correct type of such variable or expression back to you.